Hello and welcome to another update on the McMinnville real estate market. My name is Steve Thoele. I'm a principal broker with Premier Property Group. And this update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity ending this past Sunday, September 24th. So welcome to fall. It's right on schedule here with rain starting in earnest here this week. So definitely a season change here for sure. So going to share my screen with you here and go through the data with you as I always do. So we'll first off look at active listing activity. And you can kind of see that, activity's kind of died down here a bit in terms of new properties coming on the market compared to where we were here, a few months back. Last week we had 8 new properties come on the market. And ended the week with 69 homes active on the market, which is down a bit from a high of 74 listings here 2 weeks ago. Median price and days on market for those active listings, you can kind of see we've been at a high of 628 here about 7 weeks back, and it's been pretty consistent here over the past month now at in the 530s. Last 2 weeks it's been at 535,000. And then days on market has ticked up a bit from the low of 24 days here we had about 5 weeks ago. And this last week kind of came in at 40 days of average market time for these current 69 homes that are on the market right now in McMinnville. Okay, moving along to pending sales. This last week I showed we had 8 properties go into pending status. And you can kind of see it's been, fairly consistent on the pendings. Although you can see we have been losing, total pendings over time here. We had a high of 82 homes in pending status here 8 weeks back, and you can kind of see it's kind of been coming down, down. This last week hit a low of 53 homes are currently in pending status right now. So, sales are starting to slow down, which you typically kind of expect as you kind of get into this time of year. The median price and the days on market for those pendings, you can kind of see we were climbing for the first part of the period here, got up to 515 here about 4 weeks back, and then it's retreated from there. Last number came in at 450, which was kind of dropped from the week prior at 495. Days on market has been very steady, as you can kind of see here. They had a high of 15 days, a low of 12, and this last week kind of came in right in the middle of that of 13 days. So just about 2 weeks, a little under 2 weeks of average market time is kind of where we've been for the homes that have been getting into contract in McMinnville. And then last, we'll look at the sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, I showed we had 11 homes crossover from pending to sold this last week in McMinnville. That's up from the prior couple of weeks, as you can kind of see. And when I look back over the prior 4 weeks of closings on a week-by-week basis, you can kind of see we were on an uptrend here for the first half of the period, got up to about 45, high of 45 homes that sold over the prior 4 weeks. And then from there, it's kind of started to slide back down again, kind of, just lower activity starting to take effect. So we had ended this last week with 32 homes has closed in McMinnville over the prior 4 weeks. And then the median sold price days on market for those solds, that has been on the uptrend here in terms of the price, had a low of 474 here. And that got up to a high of 512 a couple weeks back, fell back just a bit this last week to 508,000 is kind of where we sit right now. When I look back over the most recent 32 closings in McMinnville. And then days on market, you can kind of see we had quite a rise there. Had a low of 7 days 8 weeks back, got up to a high of 24 days about a month ago, and it has kind of come back down. Most last couple of weeks has been 15 16 days of average market time for the most recent sales in McMinnville. And then the last thing we'll look at is the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So that weeks of inventory, it's a good measure of relative supply and demand in the market, measured in the number of weeks it takes to sell off the existing inventory of homes for sale. And you can kind of see we had a low here over the past 8 weeks of 6 weeks of standing inventory. And that has grown over the past couple of weeks. It's been closer to about 8.5 weeks of inventory, as you can kind of see here. So, we're getting, a little over 2 months worth of inventory in McMinnville. Still, pretty slim. Very kind of still a seller's market number in that range. And then the sale price as a percent of the original list price. You can kind of see that's been kind of floating between 90, had a low of 96% and a high of a little over 98%. So this last week, kind of in the middle of that at about 97.5%. So about about a 2.5% discount or so from the original asking price, kind of where sellers have been at most recently here in terms of what they've been getting relative to what they were asking. So still a very competitive market. It's kind of still the same theme here is that rates are still high. I looked at here this morning, rates are still kind of right and around the mid sevens in terms of a 30-year conventional fixed rate loan. And so that's definitely kind of having an impact on buyers. But on the flip side, it's also impacting the amount of supply on the market. And that's what's kind of keeping prices kind of elevated right now. And as long as that dynamic continues, I think we're going to kind of be in a holding pattern here until something changes. So that's the latest and greatest. So hope that was helpful for you. As always, if I can ever answer any questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. My email address and phone number are down below the video in the description. So feel free to reach out. Let me know what I can do to help you achieve your real estate goals. And always appreciate you watching. If you find this of value, I really welcome your feedback. So any likes, comments, shares that you have would be great. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do. It's a great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your local market. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day and week ahead, and we'll see you on the next update.